Hey, we appreciate you stepping in at the last minute, Jack. Thanks.
My pleasure, Doug. You know, it's a well-known fact that all trial lawyers are simply frustrated actors anyway. Well, I've done this before, so it should be like falling off a log.
This is my first time in a TV studio.
Yeah?
Really, Livia?
Well, stick around if you want.
Oh, great. Thank you. Look. You see that red light right on top of the camera there?
Uh-huh.
Right, when that red light comes on, that means we're rolling. It's action.
Now, the producer told you that our regular host is on vacation, right?
Right.
Judy Lee Siegel will be subbing.
Judy Lee's the beautiful weather person, isn't she? Yeah. Doug, I don't mean to tell you your business, but do you think she knows enough to facilitate a panel discussion on the First Amendment?
Jack, does beautiful equal dumb?
Not dumb. This beautiful weather person graduated magna cum laude from Vanderbilt.
Well, I guess this is going to be hot.
Jack?
Livia, it's on.
Hey, Doug. Are you two on the panel with Judy Lee Siegel?
No.
I am. Are you?
No, I'm eating Brooke for lunch. You mind if I hang around?
Yeah, sure.
Well, have we been roped into what I think we've been roped into?
Looks like we have.
Doug,
I'll go find Judy Lee.
that would be a good idea. And tell her whatever game she was planning, I'm 10 steps ahead of her, okay? You know, for half a rating point, that woman would sell her own grandmother.
We've got to do something about the closets in this place. Jeremy.
I'm creating an atmosphere.
Well, I just wish it included an extra closet or two.
We need closets, we'll build some. No problem. Wedding present.
From?
Me to you?
So this is what you've been working on so secretly.
It's a present from a bride. Don't peek.
Okay.
Timmy!
What's up? Candles? Cool. You guys aren't busy or anything, are you? I guess not.
I'll see you around.
Dimitri?
Come to talk about the baby.
Finally.
I've made a decision.
You said baby.
I've decided how to handle the problem.
It's a baby, not a problem. You
You want to hear
admitted
me
it.
out or not?
I am dying to.
Okay. If you're determined to go through with the pregnancy, if you're sure you don't want to deal with it in any other way,
Yeah, I'm sure. I am absolutely sure. More sure about this than anything in my whole life. I'm positive.
then I take it.
Huh?
Responsibility. I take full responsibility. Moral, financial responsibility.
No, wait a minute. Hold your horses just 1 minute. I'm not sure where you're going with this, but this moral, legal, financial, whatever, this sounds a lot like lawyer talk to me, and no offense to my bosom buddy Livia,
Janet,
but
will
lawyer
you
talk
stop
to
it and listen to me? I am telling you, I am going to be the father of my child.
Did I hear you right?
I said I'd be the kid's dad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said. Huh. So you changed your mind, huh? How come? I mean, what's in this for you, Trevor?
Janet, this is a tough situation for both of us. I'd appreciate it if you'd drop the attitude. It might help out. We could talk about it like two human beings.
You hate me.
I don't hate you.
I'm not deaf and blind. You haven't been willing to talk to me except to cast blame and call me names and everything, and now all of a sudden you are willing to say baby and everything? Now how come?
Because it's my child.
Our child.
My responsibility. It can live with me. I'll set up a room for it. I'll fix it up. I'll get somebody in to take care of it. I'll do everything I need to do to raise this kid. Well, that's basically all I came to say.
Oh, Trevor, it would be so wonderful if you didn't hate me. I mean, wonderful for me, but especially wonderful for our daughter, Amanda.
What?
Our genetic codes combine together biologically to create a new life.
Amanda, it's a girl. You've had a test?
I don't need a test. I am a mother, and mothers know these things. Isn't that true, Amanda? Mommy knows everything. I saw that. I saw that. You look like you're bit into something foul, and you have to turn away and spit it
You're
out.
not helping things out here, Janet.
I do everything you tell me to, and I still make you sick. You look at me and gag, and you see little Amanda growing under my prison uniform, and you hate her.
Stop it.
It's true, you do. You hate her, don't you? Don't you? How can you take care of her? How can you feed her and hold her and rock her in your arms and change her diaties, huh? You hate her as much as you hate me. Don't you? Answer me, Trevor, don't you? You can't just pop in out of nowhere, kiss me, and then disappear. It's not fair.
Well, fair is relative.
Would you sit down?
Well, you're inviting me in to intrude on your solitude?
I made some tea.
No thanks.
All right. Start with what you're doing in Colorado.
Well, my travel agent told me about a South Seas cruise that's leaving San Francisco tomorrow, and it had an optional stopover in Aspen. And I thought that while I was in your vacation neighborhood, I might just stop by and see if you'd like to go along.
To the South Pacific.
Tahiti, Bora Bora, Rarotonga.
Dimitri!
10 days on a 5-masted schooner. No engines, just the gentle lapping of the waves, the trade winds.
You are deranged.
What, am I pushing? Oh, no. Oh, wait, would this be pushing? It's a bracelet. For charms, you can add them to them if you go on a trip. But that's not pushing, that's trying to buy you. Which is another form of pushing, if you think about it. Like if I confessed how happy I would be just to wake up with you every morning, and how much fun it would be traveling the world with you, raising Timmy. Now, would that be a declaration of my love, or am I just pushing? If I tell you what a gentle guy I am, how thoughtful, sensitive, ready and willing to respect your need for independence, now, is that good old-fashioned courting technique? No. That's pushing.
40 lashes.
Oh, I missed you. You've been gone too long. You realize that with you away, I have no one to talk to?
Oh, you know I had to get away. I needed to get some perspective.
I know. And so I popped up to see if we could face-to-face talk about something. I need you to say something to me.
What, about how I feel, about you?
Yes.
I've done that many times.
I want you to tell me if you love me, if that's what you're feeling now. I need to know that. Now.
So Donna didn't make any plans for you today with Jason or anyone?
Nope.
Well, I've got an idea. Why don't we call Stuart and see if he's taking Scott to the movies?
No thanks.
Okay, then how about Trevor?
Hello.
Forget it.
Oh, hi, Donna.
You don't want to see Trevor?
Nah.
He's right here.
You didn't tell Donna that you were coming over?
Yes, of course I will. Yeah, don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. She was worried sick. You didn't even leave a note?
I forgot. Hey, want to rent a couple of movies? Make popcorn for lunch?
Timmy.
I forgot, okay? Big deal. Donna didn't need to have a cow.
Hey, she's responsible for you. Okay? When your mom's away, and she has a right and an obligation to know where you are at all times.
Sorry I bothered you.
Hey, did you understand what I just said?
Let go of me.
Honey, we know you've been going through a very hard time, and we're on your side.
But that's no reason for thoughtlessness.
Jeremy's right.
He's not right about anything, and neither are you.
Timmy! Timmy!
Judy will be with you shortly.
She's right here, good?
That's good.
Great. Thanks.
Not as dumb as she looks.
I'm sorry?
I was just talking to myself. I let myself get talked into situations where I'm going to have to fight my way out.
Brooke, listen, if you're not comfortable defending your position in an open forum.
Jack, if you don't mind, I'd just like to look at my notes in peace and quiet before we go on air.
Fine, don't let me cramp your style.
Don't worry, I won't.
Jack is very nervous.
Looks mad.
I'd be petrified. I'd have this clammy film all over my face, and my knees would start shaking like jelly.
Stage fright.
Did I tell you?
No, I think Derek mentioned.
Oh. Derek and Mimi had a really good time at Jeremy and Sierra's wedding, and you looked like you were having a very good time yourself.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Felicity, she's very beautiful.
She's a nice lady.
Boy, if looks could kill.
Oh, look, it's none of my business, but since when is Jack Montgomery an expert on the First Amendment?
Since our originally scheduled guest backed out.
Oh.
Jack is an expert on the Constitution. He has published papers on the Bill of Rights.
Yeah? Well, he's no match for Brooke.
Well, somehow I think that Judy Lee doesn't have the Constitution in mind anyway.
Well, whatever she throws at Brooke, Brooke will be able to handle it.
Brooke, here she comes.
Judy?
Jack. So good of you both to be here.
Pleasure.
I understand there was some disagreement earlier about the limitations on the segment, but Doug said that she worked it all out.
Yes, it was all worked out when you agreed not to ask us anything personal while on the air.
Which I did most reluctantly, Jack. I really hate to lose that element of spontaneity, of surprise that the audience reacts to so favorably. You know, that rush of good feeling that makes them turn on the TV and keeps them from changing the channel. Right, Brooke?
Well, I'm in print now, Judy, and that's very different, believe me.
Oh, yes, but we share the same sacred mission, giving the audience, the reader, whatever, the people, what they want.
What they want, I prefer to offer the truth.
Congress shall make no law abridging freedom of speech, of the press, etc., etc. This is the topic that we're going to stick to today, isn't it?
Oh, all right. I'll be quoting from that editorial that you wrote about women banding together to keep pornography out of their communities.
Anyone banding together for the purpose of censorship is in direct violation of freedom of speech.
Well, communities have a right to protect themselves against people who peddle pornography.
Ooh, great sparks, Brooke. Keep it up. You know, talk TV really does thrive on conflict, you know, guts, raw emotions, what sends those ratings sky high.
Well, if that's what you want, Judy, it's my pleasure.
Fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Well, can't you answer a simple question, Trevor? I asked you, do you hate the baby as much as you hate me?
I don't hate anyone. Why do you always act like everything is funny?
Because it's easier to laugh than it is to cry.
I don't hate the baby. I don't hate it now, and I'm not going to hate it when it's born. I will do everything I can to care for it. You don't have to worry, Janet.
This is I'm worrying. You want to play daddy to Amanda? I think that's very noble.
Look, don't give me that. I am not noble. But I have seen what happens when kids grow up with the deck stacked against them. Half of them wind up in front of my desk at the station before they're 18 years
Send
old.
me the lecture on unhappy childhoods. I had one, remember? I could write the book.
So could I. The last thing I ever wanted was to be a parent until I met Natalie. I mean, me? Somebody's old man? I was always careful. Even when I was young and wild, I took precautions.
Yes, you are noble.
Right.
I'm not kidding. In spite of how this happened, and in spite of how you feel about Amanda and me, I'm very proud to be carrying your firstborn child.
They say that nature designs babies so that parents will love them. I will love this baby. I swear it. That's all I came to say.
Oh, wait, don't go, please. Just one last question. Have you told Natalie about this decision? I didn't think so.
love me, Natalie?
Of course I do.
There's nothing as magnificent as beginnings.
I think of life as sort of a series of journeys. We're always starting out and we're always coming home.
Well, when I met you, I felt I'd come home.
I felt the same way.
Say it again.
I love you. I do.
Photographers huddle under the First Amendment, basically. I mean, they're like cockroaches under the cupboard. They're not entitled. Our free speech was established to protect people's right to be informed, people's right to have the truth presented to them. There is no way that pornographers offer any kind of truth. Basically, what they offer is a sick fantasy about sex, about violence against women, worse, against children.
Jack.
Well, certainly there's nothing pretty about pornography, Judy.
In a speech you made to the Pine Valley Bar Association last month, you called anti-pornography activists, and I quote, one of the many powerful special interest groups currently assaulting the Constitution, end quote. You went on to compare their tactics to those of the Third Reich.
Well, first of all, I think that's somewhat overstated, and certainly it's taken out of the context in which it was presented. And I do think that Miss English's point about truth is one that should be very well taken.
Well, we'll break for a commercial, and when we come back, we'll explore how the Constitution protects those who get rich on perversion by exploiting the weak.
And we're out.
Jack, you disillusioned me. I was all prepped for fireworks, and you give me fizzle.
All right, Judy, come on.
Excuse me.
So what's going on, Jack?
Excuse me?
Miss English's point was well taken?
Brooke, I happen to agree with what you said. I mean, it's a well-known fact that most pornography is about violence perpetrated against women and children.
Yes, it's a point that we've discussed millions of
Yes.
times. What, you feel so guilty that you've been such a low-down creep you don't even have the respect to argue with me?
Well, I respect you, Brooke. Maybe the reason I kept quiet was so I didn't embarrass you.
Embarrass me? How would you embarrass me, Jack? By outshining me with your brilliance, with your superior legal intellect?
Boy, you really are spoiling for a fight, aren't you?
Well, are you saying that you support pornography?
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Well, you just said that their right to sell it is protected under the Constitution.
Yes, Tom, freedom of speech protects a lot of things that I don't support, namely neo-Nazism and the Ku Klux Klan.
What is wrong with passing laws to keep porn parlors from popping up in your community?
All right, quiet, everybody. Quiet. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and we're on.
Welcome back. We're continuing our series called Chipping Away at the Constitution with our guest, Brooke English, editor of Tempo magazine, and Jack Montgomery, lawyer and local expert on constitutional law. Jack, does the First Amendment allow a journalist to conceal the identity of a source when reporting on criminal activity?
No, Judy, it does not. As a matter of fact, it's very clearly does not support that. Of course, if you ask a reporter, chances are you get a much different answer. You see, reporters, by and large, seem to think that they're above the law, that there's some special tribe of truth gatherers that get special dispensation. The fact of the matter is the law is quite clear. If a citizen, any citizen, has knowledge of criminal activity, that citizen has the responsibility to report that to the proper authorities.
Well, what would make you happy, Mr. Montgomery? A police state with a flesh boutique on every corner?
No, Miss English, what would make me happy is a society where everyone had to answer to the same rules, where the smut peddler, the criminal, and even you media types had to, as I say, toe the line to the same rules as everyone else.
Or else what? Or else you legal types would litigate the country into bankruptcy?
And we're off.
You think you should have stayed with his mom in Colorado?
Why, honey, didn't you have fun at the wedding?
He thinks no one cares about him.
Nobody does.
Well, that's just silly. We all do. Donna and Chuck and Trevor and Haley and Brian.
Trevor doesn't care.
What?
And I don't care either.
You better start caring, young man. And specifically about the person you owe an apology to, Donna.
I'm not a baby.
Why do you think that Trevor doesn't care about you? Haven't you heard from him? Timmy? You know, he's got so much on his mind right now.
He forgot about me.
Have you told Natalie about this decision? I didn't think so.
So this is the view of the mountains you've been raving about.
It has helped me tremendously.
I can tell. You seem to be at peace, Natalie.
Well, you know, part of that has to do with you. You may be guilty of pushing, but you are one of the strongest, most reliable men I've ever known. You have been my refuge, and that's just one of the reasons why I love you.
Tell me more.
You want more reasons?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you are generous. Not just with me, but with others. You give unselfishly. You are kind to small animals and children. And when I close my eyes and think about you, I feel good.
Feel how good?
Safe and peaceful. And the way you feel when you love somebody and you know they love you back. And when their welfare is as important as your own.
Yeah, but Natalie, I'm not only a safe refuge.
I'm very well aware of that. And I know that you want our relationship to be more intimate.
Don't you?
I am very, very attracted to you.
But?
Dimitri, you're not the only man I love.
Trevor.
Yes. I didn't think it was possible. I honestly didn't, but I am in love with two men. The machine's on. They can leave a message. I know what I'm saying is hurting you, and I am so sorry.
It's not unexpected.
I have tried to be brutally honest with myself since I've been here, and I need to be honest with you.
Do you love me? Well, then that's all that matters.
You won't give up on me, will you?
Natalie, it's me, Trevor. If you're there, would you pick up the phone? It's important.
Does the sniff...
Nat, are you there?
I have to answer this.
Nat, I need to talk to you.
It could be about Timmy. Hello?
Oh, Nat, I'm glad you picked up.
Is Timmy all right?
Yeah, Timmy's fine. He's with Donna and Chuck. Listen, I did something today I really need to talk to you about. You went to Colorado to get your head clear and make a decision, but what I did kind of impacts on that decision, considering that it's about what we talked about the other day. Oh, man, I'm just not handling this.
Well, slow down. What did you do?
I went to see Janet.
Oh.
Today.
We can discuss this later.
No,
it can wait.
Pat, we need to talk about it now. In order for you to make your decision, you need to know the truth. It would be better if I was doing this in person, but I have a hunch if I was doing it in person, I'd probably chicken out.
I see.
It has to do with Timmy, Jamie, kids in general. You know, how tough it is to grow up, how you need somebody there to look after you. You know, a mom and a dad. Anyway, I told Janet that I would take responsibility for the baby. Natalie?
That doesn't surprise me.
No?
No, that's how you are.
Well, is that good or bad?
Neither. Both. I don't know.
Should I not have told you?
I don't know. Only you can answer that.
Yeah, you're right. I should have just told you and just dropped the subject, right?
I gotta go.
Look, Nat, I know you have to think about this. You need some time to to figure out what it means, but can you just give me a clue as to how you're feeling?
There's someone at the door, Trevor. I really have to go. We can talk about this later.
How's your weight? Janet.
Yeah, what?
Your weight. You gained any?
No, only a pound since New Year's, thank heaven. Although, you know, with the crummy food in here, I think it's a miracle I'm not hooked up to life support.
And vitamins?
What about them?
Are you taking them?
Well, all right. I admit that I skipped a couple of days during the holidays. The holidays, you know, are a very bad time to be in prison, Stephen. I hope you appreciate that.
You need nutrition in order to ensure a healthy pregnancy.
Okay, I promise. I will take them faithfully from here on out. Cross my heart. I will line them up in little boxes on my shelf, and I will take them at the exact right time every day, I promise.
You have to eat correctly.
Yes, I know. A helping from each of the major food groups at each meal, concentrating on fruits, grains, and fresh vegetables. Do you know how many fresh vegetables we get around here? Lettuce, once, maybe twice a week, and these awful pale tomatoes. And once in a blue moon, and these horrible mealy potatoes.
Janet, these meals are prepared by professionals.
Yeah, professional sadists. I mean, nothing's fresh, nothing's real. And if the food weren't bad enough, the company, the women in here eat like a herd of buffalo. The noise is bone-crushing. It's no wonder I don't have an appetite, but I promise from here on out, I'm going to clean my plate.
The baby has got to get nutrition.
You don't think I'm telling the truth? I am. I promise. I am going to be the model pregnant prisoner from this day forward. So you'll keep visiting me, right? I mean, you're the only person I can open up to.
I thought you were seeing a therapist.
Dr. Tolan and a social worker. And I take every word they say to heart, Stephen. You can see there's a change in me, can't you?
Yeah?
Yeah. Shall I tell you what happened?
Go ahead.
Now, I tell you, and I know you're going to be happy for me because you're the only person who really cares if I live or die. So, Trevor came to see me.
When?
Today. And the full impact of what he said is just now beginning to sink in.
What did he say?
He said that the baby is his, and that he will be a father to her, and that he will take full responsibility.
Janet, that's great.
Yeah, I knew you'd be happy.
Wait a minute. What does he mean by full responsibility?
You know, of course, he doesn't think I'm the perfect mother or anything, but he did promise that he would love Amanda.
Janet, does he mean legal responsibility?
And I think he's the perfect daddy. He's noble, unselfish. When he sees what good care I take of Amanda, I'm going to be bathed in a new light, Stephen. I'm going to be a Madonna.
It's like he carried away.
No, the first born child is a momentous event in a man's life. His heir, the beginning of a long line of illustrious offspring.
Janet, you can't be thinking that this child is going to change things between you and Trevor.
She already has.
People have to trust me. They have to believe that I am not a cop. And in truth, yes, I have dealt and may indeed deal with people who are criminals, who are the worst slime that has ever oozed out of the gutter. But believe me, I would go to jail in order to protect their right to confidentiality.
In other words, break the law.
In other words, yes. I feel it is my responsibility as a journalist to pursue the truth and to provide the truth to the community at large.
Yes, well, I submit to you, Brooke, that your responsibility is to sell newspapers. No, more accurately, in your particular case, to sell a glossy populist magazine.
Well, Jack, I think we all like to succeed at our endeavors. And yes, I like to believe in everything that I write.
Wouldn't you know that we're out of time, Brooke? Jack, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. This is Judy Lee Siegel saying, please join us again tomorrow for Good Morning, Pine Valley.
And we're out. Good going, Judy Lee. Nice show.
Thanks, Doug. Boy, you two were fabulous, beyond my wildest dreams. Listen, I'd really like to stick around and chat, but I've got to go talk to my producer.
So tell me, Brooke, was that battle bloody enough to prove to you that I have respect for you?
It proved that you're a jerk.
A jerk. Well, at least I didn't have to sink to juvenile name calling, now did I?
Shut up.
Oh, that was a snappy rejoinder. How was I?
Fantastic. And you look...
No, Olivia. I'm not asking about how I looked.
You lost it a couple of times, but hey, it makes for great talk TV, right?
Was I a jerk?
No, you just lost track of your basic argument, and you got sidetracked by emotion, but it was fine.
Well, I think the biggest surprise is when you called Jackson an idiot.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. I mean, when that popped out of my mouth, I was shocked. I am never, ever, ever again going to do live TV, and I am going to fire that Alice for getting me into this. I mean, I made a hideous fool out of myself, didn't I?
Yeah, but you looked really gorgeous doing it.
I need my head examined.
Yeah, well, I don't care how much free press it gets the firm. I am never going to do live television again.
Jack, it was not that bad.
I don't know why I let her get to me the way she does.
Gets to me. I mean, he knows all the buttons to push. He takes advantage of it. He knows my boiling point, and he used it.
Oh, you used his?
That is different.
It's infuriating. She gets that steely battle glint in her eye, and then she sets her jaw.
Judy Lee thought she died and went to heaven.
Did I hear my name being mentioned? I hope you spelled it right. Brooke, could you join us over here for a moment? Please? I've got wonderful news, splendid news for all of us.
Judy Lee, this is my law partner, Olivia Fry.
Oh, very nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet
Hi.
you, too. What did you want?
Hi, Tom.
Judy Lee.
Well, I've got great news. My producer has approved my idea of bringing you back next week. A new forum, new series, Media versus Law.
No.
No
Thank you.
way.
No.
Oh, come on. Oh, here's the deal. We'll feature your homeless shelter, and the station will make a substantial donation, and one, of course, of equal value to your favorite charity, of course, Jack.
Sounds like a pretty good deal.
Legal Aid could use a donation.
Oh, we'll put it in writing. Nothing personal discussed, only issues. Oh, please, Brooke, come on. Help a poor, struggling sister succeed in the wicked world of broadcasting.
Can you believe this?
Pretty please?
I will if you will.
Sounds like a good deal.
The shelter.
Public forum.
The ratings.
Oh, all right.
Yes!
I'll see you all later.
Tell you what, you put it in writing, you send it to my office.
Absolutely.
Nice meeting you.
Yes, you too.
WRCW's first on-air homicide.
I'm counting on it.
You know, sweetheart, when grown-ups are going through big changes in their lives, like losing someone or finding someone, they sometimes forget about the day-to-day things like calling their friends and asking them to go to the movies with them and stuff like that.
We were supposed to go riding.
I'll take you riding.
You're on your honeymoon.
Well, we can all go.
It's not the same.
If he didn't take you riding, doesn't mean he doesn't love you.
I wanted him to be my dad.
I think he wants that too.
Why does everything always have to get so messed up?
Nothing gets so messed up that can be fixed. Usually with understanding.
Hey,
Trevor.
Tim here?
Yes, come on in.
Hey, I talked to Donna. What's this about you running off without telling anybody?
He called and apologized.
Yeah, he's sorry.
Don't do it again, Squirt. Come on, let's go.
No.
Come on, we're going riding. I need to talk to you. What?
Staying here.
With the honeymooners? Come on, you guys, help me out. Seriously, Tim, I really need to talk to you.
When you love someone, you cut them some slack.
Huh?
He's a little concerned because he hasn't heard from you.
You're absolutely right. I've been running around like a chicken with its head cut off, and I'm sorry. I don't mean to forget about you. It's just I've been selfish and screwed up.
I don't care.
No, you don't care. I don't care either. We're tough guys, right? Wrong. We both care, Tim. I've just had some things I've had to face, and I've had to make some decisions.
Like what?
I went to see Janet in prison today.
Oh,
And I need to talk to you about what I decided to do.
okay.
Maybe it'd be good if we all talk together.
Thanks, Mahatma, but I think Tim and I need to square this away by ourselves here. Pegasus and Trigger awaits.
I got Pegasus. You can have Trigger.
Yeah, all right, pal.
Call me later.
Yeah, I'll take care of everything. Thank you. Hasta la vista.
Adios.
All right. I'll quit asking questions about Dylan's phone call. But can I make one final remark before I go?
Could I stop you?
Yes.
Go ahead, as long as it's a final remark.
Your ties to Trevor are strong, very strong. And painful. He has hurt you deeply.
He's a good man.
He's good and you love him. But not all love is healthy.
Well, no love is perfectly healthy, Dimitri.
But ours is. I mean, we could be happy. And I've learned that happiness is nothing to sneer at.
No, it isn't. It's very important.
You want me to go, and I will. On one condition.
Timmy's suffering and my heart just goes out to him. Children really deserve a lot more than they get in this world.
This world is a jungle. That's why it's important for us to create our own place where we can be safe. Our gift to our sons.
What did you do?
Remove the cloth.
Oh, Jeremy, that's beautiful.
Remember that place?
That's where you took me on the picnic that day. Oh my gosh, it seems like a lifetime ago.
It's ours.
What is?
Not only the painting, the land. I bought the whole land. On this land, we're going to build our house. And that's where our safe place is going to be.
Oh, it's perfect. Thank you. Oh.
Be a realist, Janet. Don't let these wild hopes of yours cloud your judgment.
Well, thanks a lot.
Look, you're right. Things have changed because of the baby for you and Trevor. But it's also important that you don't misinterpret his motives.
I thought you were my friend.
When you delude yourself, you only end up getting hurt.
I'm not deluding myself. I love Trevor. Okay, now, it's true that love almost ended up destroying me.
Yeah, you and many others.
All right, fine. I, goofed. Royally. But the love is as strong and as real as ever, don't you see?
No.
Today, he said he'd love Amanda, the baby. And if the baby's part of me, now, do you see what that means?
It means that you need help.
And another thing, Tim, technically the baby's going to be your cousin, so that's another reason to think of it as your brother or sister. And also, if I'm going to be raising it, you can be double darn sure it's going to need somebody to look up to. Hence, Big Brother Tim Man.
Sounds okay.
You want to pop?
Sure. I hope it's a boy.
Well, let's just hope it's healthy. And Tim, thanks for understanding about me not coming to visit or calling.
It's okay. You've got a lot on your mind. Trevor?
Yeah.
I'm glad you're going to take care of the baby. I was worried about it, you know? I mean, Aunt Janet's so rotten and everything. And the poor baby. I'm glad you're going to have it.
You're a great kid.
Well, the only thing is...
Huh?
Are you and Mom going to be able to get married?
Good question. The answer is... only she knows.
It's time. Time to decide between Trevor and me. The condition is that you choose quickly.
I'll be home tonight, Dimitri, with an answer. Trevor, it's Natalie. I just wanted to let you know that I'll be back in Pine Valley tonight, and I will have made a decision.
Tonight? Natalie.
I'll call you. Goodbye.
Tonight on Nightline, Nixon. Like him or not, you won't want to miss what a former president has to say to Ted Koppel. A conversation for the history books on Nightline tonight.
This is Joan London.
And Charles Gibson. Tomorrow, shaping up your family finances. Also, what Americans spend $6 billion a year on, landscaping the yard.
Plus Christian Slater tomorrow on Good Morning America.
Coming up next,